here at building number 4 on historic old Fort Bliss. The haunted story supposedly with this building is in the late 1800s, a soldier brutally murdered his wife. And through the website research and whatnot, a couple of my friends did some amateur work, and we looked up further into it. One story is supposedly around 4 in the morning, around this area here, you can see an apparition of a lady in blue or a lady in white just gingerly walking across the way until the parking lot. And with that, whenever she is supposedly noticed, she just vanishes. And it always seems to be from this doorway to the down staircase down here. And that's where a lot of activity on the outside feels like it's generating. Also, supposedly people have seen and heard things up on the top tier, down the hallway, the corridor, at night where lights are flickering and there's sounds of someone running and screaming up and down the hallway. A lot of, from the same websites that I've looked at, if you talk to any of the military police here on Fort Bliss, they get a lot of calls to come down here in the wee hours of the morning, and they will not go inside this building for their life. They'll just sit out here, take their time, and leave. They will not even talk about it. So it lets you know something is probably going on here. And the funny thing about this building, on the adjacent to the building is Building 8, which was the original morgue of Fort Bliss. Building 4 was an overflow morgue that used to be connected, and I guess throughout the years they knocked the crosswalk down, and so this acted as a temporary morgue when Building 8 was overfull. So hopefully we can catch something in the weeks to come. Was the morgue, because look across these buildings, usually these were officers' buildings. And even since the Army first started, doctors were always officers. You figure mortician would be an officer, easy access to the building, and right over there is one of the churches. So you figure, get them set up here, take them over to the memorial at the church, everything all within walking distance of each other.
That makes sense.
It does.
So, morgue, church,
housing.
The housing for the doctors.
And then also,
church.
if you think about it, on you can see from over here, that little white building over there, that was actually one of the first hospitals on Fort Bliss.
Wow.
So if you think about it now, you get injured or whatever, you go to the hospital. If you die in the hospital, right to the morgue.
Right to the morgue.
You know, you have all the doctors, possibly doctors' homes, officers over there, and then memorial services right to the church. And then Fort Bliss Cemetery, that's on Fred Wilson. I don't think that was part of the original Fort Bliss, but that's still on the other side of the base. But I'm willing to bet that they had some type of small cemetery nearby, because with the whole churches going, throughout the ages, they always had a church there. Reports have it that the hospital right over there, the white building, that was one of the original hospitals here on Fort Bliss. The rumor has it, and again, as the websites say, a medic in either the late 1800s, early 1900s was working on a soldier who had suffered a gunshot wound, and the soldier unfortunately died. And it's believed that that soldier still haunts the hospital over there and the morgue. That's just one of the stories of paranormal activity. And now, granted that it's a government building, no one has been given the opportunity to prove it or just debunk it. So hopefully we can do that.